So, you're thinking about a career in pharmaceutical sales? It's competitive, for sure, but it's also incredibly rewarding. In this explainer, we're going to lay out the exact roadmap for you, everything you need to know to get your foot in the door.
But what does it really take to go from just another applicant to the person who gets the job offer? Well, that's what we're here to break down. We're going to cover the whole journey from what companies are looking for to crushing the interview and even what to do after you get that offer. Let's dive in.
First things first, let's talk about the ideal candidate. Before you even start applying, you've got to know what hiring managers are actually looking for. Understanding this from the get-go means you can focus your energy in all the right places.
Okay, so these are pretty much the non-negotiables, the very first things a recruiter is going to check. You'll see that a science-related degree is almost always required, especially if you're fresh out of college. Now, if you don't have one, don't panic. Some solid experience, like a year or two in another type of sales, can sometimes make up for it. And yeah, you'll notice that age requirement. A lot of companies do have a soft cutoff around 27 for these entry-level spots.
But look, your degree just gets your resume looked at. These qualities are what will actually land you the job and make you a success. Commercial awareness just means you get the business side of things. You understand the market, your competition. You basically run your territory like it's your own small business. And things like resilience, absolutely crucial. You're going to hear no sometimes, you have to be able to bounce back. And since you're managing your own schedule, being organized isn't just a plus, it's everything.
All right, you've looked at the profile and you're thinking, hey, that's me. So what happens next? Let's pull back the curtain on the interview process itself. It can feel like a gauntlet, but it's totally manageable once you know what to expect.
You'll find the process is actually pretty standard across the industry. It's usually a 3-round deal. First up is the Area Business Manager, the ABM. This would be your direct boss. Get through that and you'll likely meet their boss, the Regional Business Manager, or RBM. Then the final hurdle is typically with someone from HR.
And here's a little insider info for you. Each of those rounds has a totally different focus. That first interview with the ABM, that's all about the fundamentals. Do you know your science? Can you make a plan? Can you communicate clearly? But the later rounds with the RBM and HR, they're less about what you know and way more about who you are. They want to see how you think, how you solve problems, and if you'll be a good fit for the team.
So now you know the lay of the land, but knowing the map and successfully navigating it are two different things, right? Let's talk about how to really shine in each of those conversations.
This quote right here, this is everything. Seriously, in a job that's all about building relationships, your personality is your greatest asset. Don't waste energy trying to be the perfect candidate you think they want. Just be you. They're not just hiring your resume. They're hiring a person they can trust to be the face of their company. Authenticity wins every time.
Now, when they start asking those behavioral questions, the tell me about a time when questions, the STAR method is your absolute best friend. It's a simple framework for telling a compelling story. You set the situation, describe your task, explain the action you took, and share the result. It's how you show them you have the skills instead of just saying it.
Okay, let's try it out. Imagine you get hit with this classic question. It's a tough one, right? They're testing you here. They want to see how you handle pressure and solve problems. So how do you answer it without just sounding negative or like you're complaining?
Here's the secret. You reframe the entire story. You quickly set up the difficult situation, sure, but you spend the bulk of your time talking about the positive steps you took to resolve it and what the outcome was. The focus should always be on your professionalism, your problem-solving skills, and how you manage to maintain or even improve the relationship. You turn a negative into a huge positive.
And then it happens. They call with an offer. You did it. But wait, hold on, don't say yes just yet. The game isn't over. Now we enter the final and maybe most important stage, negotiation.
This is such a critical thing to understand. The second that offer is made, your power in this dynamic is at its absolute peak. Think about it. They've spent all this time interviewing people, and they decided you're the one. They want to close the deal. This is your moment.
And please, don't think it's just about the base salary. You have to look at the total compensation package. You can negotiate for a sign-on bonus, extra vacation days, a better company car allowance, even things you might not think of, like getting them to pay for a professional membership or moving up your first performance review so you're eligible for a raise sooner. All of these things add up to real value.
So, you've negotiated a fantastic package, and you've accepted the offer. You are on the home stretch now.
The very last step is usually just a bit of official paperwork. You'll likely have to apply for specific licenses to sell pharmaceutical products, like the form you see here. It's just that final box to check before you can officially start.
And there you have it, the complete roadmap from figuring out if you're the right fit all the way to your first day on the job. We've gone over the qualifications, the interview process, and the negotiation strategy. The path is laid out right in front of you. The only question left is, are you ready to get started on the journey?